Everyone talks about why you should move to Charlotte, North Carolina because of its beauty, the affordability compared to other cities in America, the weather, and just how nice people are here. But what if there's a few things that most people never tell you about and it could make or break your decision to move here? Well, today I'm going to cover 13 things you need to know before you move to Charlotte that most people don't figure out until they moved here. I'm Mark Weinberg, local realtor here in Charlotte, and I work with families on buying and selling here in Charlotte, and I make videos to help educate anyone considering making a move here. Number one, pollen season. The yellow blanket that's here and everywhere and up with the allergies, and you're getting into it. Charlotte experiences one of the most intense pollen seasons in the entire country. We're talking about 9 months of allergy seasons running from late February straight through November. According to North Carolina's Division of Air Quality, we broke pollen records at the end of March 2025. So we have the highest grass pollen level record since they started tracking data back in 1999. Picture, you're walking outside, April, your car is covered with this thick yellow dust. The pollen, the garbage, yuck, you just name it. You know, tree pollen hits hard in spring, peaking intensely in April. Then the grass pollen takes over through May and August, and just when you think it's all over, clear weed pollen, particular ragweed, creates challenging conditions through August and up to December. 2025 Allergy Catalyst confirms we locals already know that Charlotte Allergy Environmental stays as moderate to high levels throughout most of the year. So what's the solution here? Keep allergy medication on hand. Check daily your pollen counts before planning outdoor activities. We'll be seeing more on that later. And here's most people don't think about. Shower after spending time outside to wash accumulated pollen. Your sinuses will thank you. Let's shift gears to speak about something pretty different, but still very important. Number two, unprecedented construction growth. Now let's talk about what's happening with construction around here. It's greater, but also potentially annoying. Let me explain. Charlotte is experiencing a massive building boom right now. The Charlotte metro area is projected to add 16,995 new apartments in 2025. That puts us sixth in the national apartment construction. At the city level, Charlotte ranks number 2 in the nation with 12,365 already built this year. That number is only second to 4,007 apartment units were delivered in just the first quarter of 2025. That's more than triple our historic average, but it's not just apartments. Center City has $3.7 billion allocated projects either under construction or set to break ground in 2026. We're talking about 2.2 million square feet of office space, more than 3,338 retail square feet, 1,600 rooms, additional 7,000 apartments. Massive projects. The River District, 1,200 acres of planned community space, opened in September this year. Ballantyne, over 2,300 homes, 2,350 multifamily homes, 5,000 square feet of retail, and 550 acres projected natural planned growth, and unbelievable. The district is growing. Cranes on the skyline, roadwork, detours, growth, upscales, courses, and the development brings jobs, amenities, economic opportunity. We'll be talking about the housing in just a second, but first, you gotta tell you something else about the infrastructure. Real quick though, if you like this kind of video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. With over 12 years of experience in the real estate, I can help with any questions you might have living in Charlotte. And if you do need any help after watching this video, download my free relocation guide. It's made for people doing this exact move, so make sure you find the link in the description box. Number 3, potholes. Problems of infrastructure. Okay, yes, let's be honest about something that frustrates locals. Charlotte has a pothole problem. The Charlotte Department of Transportation repaired approximately 1,500 potholes in 2018 and expected for even higher numbers in sequential years. Now you might be wondering why this happens. The biggest issue, money comes from Raleigh first. The state capital tends to funnel resources to itself before it trickles on down to cities like Charlotte. It's just the reality of how the system works. North Carolina's Department of Transportation received state approved about $5 billion. Charlotte's 2025 budget allocated $55 million for strategic infrastructures in areas and $25 million over the improvements in the corridors of opportunity. The good news is the city allocated $50 million for improving sidewalks, but streets, they take some time. You expect some bumpy rides. Keep an eye out when driving. And if you spot a pothole, you can report it through the city's service request portal. They do fix them, it just takes some time. And I'll speak on parking much later, but let's talk about the culture overall here. Number 4, sweet tea culture. Here's something you might not expect. Sweet tea is everywhere in Charlotte. This is actually a cultural institute, not just tea. It's become synonymous with Southern hospitality since 1928, when the cookbook published and recipes transformed it from a refreshing drink to a regional icon. South Carolina designated sweet tea as the official state hospitality beverage back in 1995. Georgia actually introduced a bill back in 2003 with the restaurant serving sweet tea, but the bill didn't pass. This is how serious people are and they feel about this matter. Your sweet tea served at breakfast, lunch, dinner throughout Charlotte. It's often called the table wine of the South. The drink is brewed at double strength, heavy sweetened while hot, then diluted and served ice cold. Now you don't have to love it, but understand it's a cultural significance that helps you appreciate why locals get so passionate about it. And honestly, on a hot, humid Charlotte summer day, it actually hits the spot. Speaking of hot summer days, if you're curious about the weather, I'll be covering that soon. Before that though, you gotta know about very specific insight that affects daily life around here. Number 5, North Carolina dialect. Now you might be wondering something about starting to talk about locals. Charlotte has its own way of speaking. The Southern dialect comes through in how people talk. Certain expressions y'all hear in the region slang that might catch you off guard at first. But once you settle in, you'll find yourself picking up the local ways of speaking too. It happens to everyone eventually. And I'll be coming back to more cultural stuff later, so stick around for those. So now that you covered the cultural quirks, let's talk about something that hits closer to home for most relocators. Number 6, raising home prices. Let's talk about what you're really here to learn. The housing market, Charlotte median sales price is around $423,000, up 1.7% year over year. And here's what I'm seeing in the market right now. New listings reached 47,218 over the past 12 months ending October 2025, up from 43,093 from the previous year. It's 9.6% increase, reflected improved seller confidence and growing inventory. Pending sales rose 34,000, up from 33 in October 24, 4.9% year over year, signaling renewed buyer activity. But something changed. Homes now are spending 61 days on market on average compared to 50 days the previous year. This cooling pace suggests that Charlotte is transitioning from a frantic seller's market towards something more balanced. So if you want a decent entry price point, say under $500,000, expect to drive a little bit farther from Center City. The larger tract builders are developing land outside the city. That's where you'll find better pricing. But you still can find properties over $800,000 within the Charlotte proper too. And we're seeing the highest inventory level in nearly a decade. More options for buyers, more negotiating power, a healthier market overall. We still have a lot more to see, so let's keep going. Let's stay on the topic of houses, but with a different perspective. Number 7, houses without basements. So this is something that surprises almost every relocator from the north. Charlotte homes rarely include basements. According to local real estate data, only 296 homes with basements were available for sale in Charlotte in November of 2025. The average price was around $1.4 million. Most Charlotte homes are built on a crawl space or even the concrete slabs rather than a basement foundation. The reason is that basically construction costs for basements are much higher, and unlikely the Northeast or upper Midwest, we really don't need basement foundations to prevent pipes from freezing in the Charlotte milder climates. And, well, speaking of that next, slope lots sometimes accommodate walkout basements, but these are the exception rather than the rule. So what people do for storage is they rent storage units. Others sell belongings before they move to the region. It's just one of those adjustments you make when relocating to a different region with different building practices. So, as I promised earlier, let's check out the reality of the weather around here. Number 8, 4 seasons. We have distinctive in the weather. Okay, it's actually one of Charlotte's best features. We experience all 4 seasons with one bringing its own characteristics. The city gets an average of 43.6 inches of precipitation annually, even distributed throughout the entire year. Average annual temperatures show highs from 72 to 74 and lows from 51 to 53. Summer runs hot and humid. June through August features temperatures that climb into the high 80s and low 90s. July averages 89 degrees Fahrenheit is normally mean temperature. These last few years, though, we've seen some warmer temperatures. But here's the beauty of Charlotte's winter. It is mild compared to the northern states. December through February brings cool temperatures, though cold snaps do occur. You get a few days below freezing, maybe a dusting of snow once or twice every other year, but nothing like what you would experience in the Midwest or the Northeast. Spring and fall are absolutely gorgeous. Perfect temperatures for outdoor activities, clear skies, comfortable humidity levels. These are the seasons when Charlotte really shines. People go out and truly enjoy it, especially golfers. You get the better to take a look at the location and what your clothes around and understanding. Number 9, prime locations. Let me tell you why Charlotte location is such a selling point. Charlotte is under 2 hours from the Blue Ridge Mountains and all around about 3 hours to the Atlantic coast. You can hike the mountain trails on Saturday and lounge on the beach on Sunday. That kind of geographic diversity is pretty rare. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, the closest ocean beach, sits about 170 miles away, which is less than a 3.5-hour drive. Multiple beaches near Charlotte include Holden Beach at 3 and 40 minutes, Sunset Beach at 3.5 hours, Carolina Beach at 3 and 45 minutes. The mountains are even closer. Blowing Rock, Hendersonville, Asheville, all within a 2-hour drive. You can leave Charlotte after your breakfast and be hiking by lunch. This central location provides easy access to outdoor recreation, cultural attractions, and weekend getaways without recurring air travel. It's also one of the reasons so many families choose Charlotte, and we'll see other reasons in a minute. Now, if you're into a different kind of hobby, number 10, sports hub for professional teams. Sports fans, this is one for you. Charlotte has become a major sports destination with teams across multiple professional leagues. We're home to the Carolina Panthers for the NFL at Bank of America Stadium. The Charlotte Hornets play the NBA basketball at the Spectrum Center. Charlotte FC competes in Major League Soccer, also at Bank of America Stadium. But that's not all. The Charlotte Knights play AAA baseball at Truist Field in Uptown Charlotte. The Charlotte Checkers represent the city in AHL hockey at Bojangles Coliseum. Charlotte Independence plays USL Soccer at the American Legion Memorial Stadium. And there's NASCAR. The NASCAR Hall of Fame sits in Uptown Charlotte, full of interactive exhibits, simulator rides, and relics, celebrations of sports history. Charlotte Motor Speedway hosts most major racing events. There at Bank of America, the Royal 400 and Coca-Cola 600. Charlotte FC completed its 4th MLS season in 2025, reaching the playoffs. The Charlotte Knights and Charlotte Checkers previously partnered to host the Queen City Outdoor Classic hockey game at Truist Field in 2024. So this means year in, year out entertainment. Professional sports at the highest level. And yes, parking gets hellacious during the sporting events, but that's just the price of having such an active sports scene. And I'll circle back to the parking later because that's actually pretty important. But let's talk about other stuff in the meantime. Number 11, friendly cultures. Here's something you'll notice immediately when you move to Charlotte. The people are friendly. I'm talking about genuine Southern hospitality. Southern strangers greet each other on the sidewalks. People strike up conversations in grocery store lines. Neighbors demonstrate real interest in getting to know one another, and possibly your dog too, which we'll talk about next. The friendly culture happens throughout neighborhoods, shops, restaurants, and public spaces. You'll hear, "Hi, how are you doing?" from people you've never met. It's just how things work here. Now, if you're coming from a city where keeping to yourself is norm, this might take some adjustments, but relocators appreciate the warmth. It makes setting into a newer city much easier when people actually want to welcome you. Speaking of which, number 12, dog-friendly communities. Dog owners, Charlotte is your paradise. Also, your dog's paradise. The city features multiple high-quality dog parks. These include Shuffletown Parks, a 4-acre fenced area, Fraser Park with separate areas for small and large breeds, Renaissance Park and Fetching Meadow at McAlpine Creek, and don't forget Reedy Creek Park, also known as Barkingham Park. South End stands out as a particular pet-friendly with many dog parks, pet-oriented business throughout the neighborhood. But here's what you really need to know. If you're walking your dog in Charlotte, expect to socialize a lot. Dog owners routinely stop to admire and chat about each other's pets. What your thought would be quickly on a 20-minute walk turns actually into a 1-hour conversation. It's actually one of the easiest ways to meet people when you first move here. Get a dog, go to a park, and suddenly you have the social network and multiple friends. Now, here's something else specifically for families. Number 13, Charlotte Suburban Schools. Average the education about school systems. Here, we're going to talk about the rankings. Charlotte Mecklenburg schools serve the city proper, and the surrounding suburbs have higher rated school systems that consistently attract families to those areas. Union County Public Schools, which is the 6th largest public school system in North Carolina, with approximately 41,000 students at 53 schools, achieved the highest average scores on end of grade and end of course exams statewide in 2025. Top rated Charlotte area suburb for schools include the top rated Charlotte schools area suburbs included also TDK was number 1, followed by Riverview and Fort Mill, Marvin, Weddington, Lake Wiley, Wesley Chapel, Mooresville, and there's a few others. Keep in mind that some of these areas in South Carolina, but these communities consistently rank among North Carolina's best public education based on their test scores, graduation rates, SAT, ACT scores, and teacher quality. Now this is just factual data, but if schools are a priority and you're willing to live in the suburbs, you have many options available. Trade-offs include a little bit of a longer commute and less access to urban amenities though. And this leads me to the next topic, getting around Charlotte. Number 14, car-centric city with paid parking downtown. Last but not least, let's talk about driving and parking and everything in between. Charlotte is a car-centric city. Public transportation exists with the light rail providing access from South End to Uptown and beyond, but most residents, they rely on personal transportation. Now, if you need to park downtown, here's what you need to know. On-street parking in Uptown, South End, Elizabeth, Noda, and Plaza Midwood requires payment at meters or pay stations. Parking runs around $1.50 per hour, with meters enforced from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Over 1,800 meter spaces serve Center City. Parking is free on city holidays. Garage parking rates vary, with some downtown facilities charging $26 a day. Monthly parking options are available from $175 to $500 depending on location. And on non-sporting events, you can find parking all over the place, though it's most of the time paid, which can be irate and frustrating, but it's typically available. During sporting events, parking becomes a premium. You sit in traffic, getting in and out. It's just part of the deal. When you have such an active sports scene, the bottom line is keep in a car, budget for parking when you go downtown, and plan ahead during major events. So there you have it, the 13 things you absolutely need to know before moving to Charlotte. If you're thinking of moving here and these things didn't scare you away, or if you appreciated some of them, you're going to do perfectly fine right here. By the way, I work with a lot of people who are moving to Charlotte, and if that's you or you have questions, please reach out to me. All my information is down below the video. With over 12 years of experience, 378 families that have been helped, and over 190 million in closed transactions, I built my business on telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. That's exactly what you need to make the best choices. So let me help you out. And if you're still curious about life here, check out this video right here. In it, I share 5 strange or interesting things about Charlotte, and they will definitely surprise you. This is Mark Weinberg. I look forward to catching up soon. Talk to you later. Bye.